Provo Beast to another install today. Today we're doing a backup camera on this Toyota Sienna. We're going to be putting the backup camera to an aftermarket Pioneer radio. So we're going to show you exactly how to run all the wiring for the backup camera and really mount it on the back hatch.
We would like to give a big shout out to our sponsor, Sonic Electronics, so check them out for great deals on speakers, head units, amps, subs, wiring, etc. Use discount code ProvoBeast for an instant 5% off your next purchase during checkout.
Now we're not going to show you how to remove the factory radio or aftermarket radio because we've already done that in a different video. So go ahead and check out the description. We have a link down there for the radio install, and that'll show you the step-by-step instruction of how to pop this out and replace it. Alright, at this point of the backup camera install, as you can see, we got the whole radio all pulled apart here. Go ahead and check out my first video. I'll have a link in the description of that install where we installed this radio from beginning to end. But essentially at this part of the video, we'll plug this into our reversed backup camera input. This red wire needs to connect to your backup camera reverse wire, which on a Pioneer is purple and white. Essentially, when the car is in reverse, we'll pick up power from the rear light, which puts power to this wire, which tells our radio to cycle over to the backup camera function. So just remember to plug this into your reverse gear input. We ran this down through the dash just using a hanger, and from here up underneath we're going to go along the kick panel and start going all the way back towards the rear of the vehicle. Okay, so we went ahead and tucked our backup camera wire and just tucked it down underneath the carpet here all the way around. This panel just pops off with clips. There's clips all the way down. It just comes right on up, and this one's held on with two clips in the front. And what we did is ran our backup camera video wire and just tucked it in all these clips, and we just tucked it up underneath this panel. This panel just pops off with clips. Just give it a good tug on each side and it'll pop right on up. And you can run that wire all the way down, and we're working our way to the back hatch area. Okay, so we just continually tuck the wire up in here, and as you see, we went here, and then to kind of give us access, because we're going to go up the back pillar so we can go up through the grommet, we pop this loose, and the way to do so is there's little brackets in. You pop this center piece out, which exposes a 10mm bolt, remove that, and the whole assembly comes free. This gives you enough access, and we're going to pull our weather stripping back, which is enough space to run a wire all the way up. Okay, so we just pulled the stripping back and ran our wire all the way up here, and as you can see, we stopped here. We were a little short, so we need to work our way up through the grommet into the back hatch. So we picked up a female to male extension wire. It's about 15 feet long, and we're going to use that to continue our line, and then our reverse gear trigger wire, because this plugs into the Pioneer's purple and white wire. Since this also needs to connect to the same power our backup camera does, we have to extend it as well. And we have just a long piece of red wire here. We stripped both ends and used a nice crimper. And so now we can continue on with our video wire and our trigger wire. We're going to work our way up. We'll show you how to go through this grommet and then to the rear hatch. Okay, so this back panel just pops off just with clips, and that gives you access to the grommet area. Now as you can see, we ran the wire up and through, and then we just fished it through one end and out the other, and then we'll go up into the actual hatch itself. So at this point, we're going to put this all together, pop that all back in, put this part back in as well, put this panel back on, and then as we pull apart the back panel, this is the first panel to pop off just with clips. Then it's your two side pieces, and finally it's this piece. Now the majority of these, this panel is just held on with clips except for one 10mm here, which you'll need to remove. Alright, so we pop these panels off. Again, like I said, first one comes off and they're all clips. We got another panel here, and then we got the whole back off as well. Remember, you got to undo that one bolt. Started running our backup camera and radio trigger wire all the way up here. Now we're going to stop here. We're going to tap into our reverse light, and it's this red and white wire. This will be our power and ground both for the camera and for this red trigger wire. Tapping in right in there. and then remove all these 10mm nuts on the back here. And what that will do is allow you to pop this guy on out so you have access to run the power wire for the camera through that grommet. Okay, so we went ahead and mounted the camera, and then this grommet here we popped on out, cut a little slit so we can run the wire through. We'll put that on and then re-put this whole piece right back on again. Okay, we're all good to go. Now what we did here, as you can see, is the power wire, the red wire of the backup camera, and our radio trigger wire. This is our harness to our backup light. So the red and black wire and the white and black wire are positive and negative. So as you can see there, I cut those wires, and all 3 wires I twisted together, put a butt connector, and it's connected to the other end, and same with the ground. The black wire and the white black wire, and also the white on that side, those are your grounds. We connected those all together. That's it. As you can see, we followed this along with zip ties, went up through the grommet, and this is where we made our video connection and our power connection to our camera. That's it. At this point, it's reassembly in reverse order. I'm going to go ahead and put the big panel on first, then the side panels, and then the top panel last. Okay, all reassembled. Let's head up front and do a final test. We are in the car. Let's do a final test. Okay, put it in reverse. Here we are. It's a little bright, but that's it. If you have any questions about this install, just go and post a comment below. Thanks guys for watching the channel, and we will see you in the next video.